After 3 games, the Western Conference Finals has turned into the heavyweight bout not many people expected. Sacramento finally got off to a fast start in Game 3 and had the Lakers playing catch-up the entire night. During the regular season, LA led the NBA in defending field goals and three-point shots. Sacramento has taken the lead in this series by shredding the Lakers' defense. In Game 4, the Lakers must turn up the intensity and do a better job on closeout, putting more pressure on the Kings shooters, forcing them to put the ball on the floor.
And they're off.
While Sacramento anxiously awaits the return of Peja Stojakovic, they will continue to extend the minutes of the backcourt combo of Michael Bibby and Bobby Jackson, which has outplayed LA's backcourt of Kobe Bryant and Derek Fisher. For Los Angeles, they must return to the patience their triangle offense requires. 3 to 5 passes and ball reversal to the opposite side of the floor rather than quick, hurried shots are a must. The Lakers must remember to put the ball in the hands of Shaquille O'Neal on a regular basis. Shaq has to get himself lower post-up position where he is virtually unstoppable. He often gets this position by reposting after the initial entry pass. Expect Game 4 to be a very physical contest, played at a more deliberate pace, which clearly favors the Lakers to even the series at 2 games apiece.
We will have more on the Kings and the Lakers when we come back, and right now we check in on 2 of the stars. LA's Kobe Bryant still trying to recapture his form after his bout with food poisoning, and the Kings' Mike Bibby, who continues to light it up in the playoffs, scoring 24 points on Friday night. The NBA on NBC continues in just a moment.
It's crunch time.
Why be plain?
We need to be crunchy.
Plain chocolate? Not in Shaq's house. Well, he's got to have chocolate. Oh.
You pump. You pump. You pump. Aloha.
This is what it feels like when you eat the wrong thing before a game. Prepare yourself with the pre-game food you need. Gatorade Energy Bar, packed with the carbs and protein your body needs to tear it up. Get ahead of the game.
The first major advance for the fastest treatment of athlete's foot is Lamisil AT. Lamisil AT is the first non-prescription medicine proven to kill the fungus with just 1 week's use. Not even a prescription can beat that. Lotrimin AF and Tinactin still expect you to treat for 4 weeks. Who's going to do that? When your feet itch and burn, using Lamisil AT 1 week keeps you athlete's foot free 3 months. Lamisil AT. There's no better way to cure athlete's foot.
Institutional power, individual control, for professionals only. Tradescape, professional trading from E-Trade Financial. To find out more, visit tradescape.com.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Lamisil AT, the official athlete's foot treatment of the NBA, and by E-Trade Financial. More of what you need to stay ahead in today's economy.
We are closing in on Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals. The Kings' Vlade Divac is getting ready for another battle in the middle with Shaquille O'Neal. And right now, Vlade is with Steve Jones.
All right, thanks a lot. Vlade, your team seems to be very loose, very relaxed, confident about today. You're looking for anything to change from the Lakers?
Well, I think, we did a good job, in Game 3. So we're going to stick with our game plan and see what they're going to do. And if we have to adjust, we're going to adjust during the game.
I didn't know your chin was so hard, but it seems like every ruckus you're right in the middle of it.
Well, I tried to sacrifice my body. It's the only way to get the championship. So I'm trying to do my best.
All right. Big version of Rocky down to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Snapper. Derek Fisher getting stretched out here by the training staff of the Lakers. What are you going to do to try and slow down Mike Bibby? He's averaging 8 points more per game in this series than he has the rest of the playoffs and regular season.
Well, you know, Mike's playing good basketball, and he's a good shooter. Before, you know, Friday night, percentage-wise, he hadn't really been shooting the ball that well, but he shot the ball well Friday. So, you know, for us, it's a team effort. You know, I have to do a better job putting some pressure on him, and hopefully I can do that today.
And you're shooting as well. You're down to 27%, 7 points per game less than what you averaged against Portland at the start of the playoffs. What have you got to do to get yourself on track and make some of these shots?
Well, hopefully just get, you know, free for more opportunities. You know, it's hard for me to think about that teams are actually paying attention to me and, you know, trying to keep me from getting shots. And, you know, every shot that I get, you know, I'm either getting pressured or hit on the arm or whatever it is. But, you know, it's all about winning games. And no matter what my stats are, if we win, I'm happy.
All right, my hamstring hurts doing this. Back to you, Ahmad.
All right, thank you very much, Jim. Jim doesn't have a hamstring. Anyway, the Lakers have not gotten much help from their supporting cast these last 2 games, so they certainly need to have these people step up. But what can Fisher do to help his team?
Well, he's open. He's just not making the shots, and it's one of those things if you watch, you know what I'm saying. If you watch the games, the Lakers just last year they were rolling. You know what last year looked like? Last year looked like Game 1 against Sacramento this year, where shots were going, they dish into Shaq, back out to Fox, over to Horry, good. Back out to Fisher, good. Fisher penetrate over to Kobe, layup, good. This year, it just doesn't seem like it's there. I don't know what it is.
Sacramento could be
easy.
the reason that it's not there. Sacramento's a much better opponent this year than last.
But you'd have to admit, even with the Lakers dismantling the Spurs, they didn't look great in doing it. Now, you can say scoreboard, they did it, it doesn't matter, they won. But in doing so, when you watch them play against San Antonio, and that's the reason I picked the Kings, not because I was overwhelmingly confident. I knew the Kings were going to win. I think they're going to win, but one of the reasons was just an overall feeling in watching the Lakers play San Antonio, thinking, you know, it's just not right. It's not like it was last year, where you said last year, you said, this team's not losing. They are not going to lose to anybody. Ring up the championship now. This year, it's not like that.
I say we give Sacramento a lot of credit because they are much better.
No, there's no question they're a lot better. And I got to stop talking like Scooby. Did you see Steve Jones almost laughed into it? He almost said Roos instead of loose. He's like, Roos.
Do you promise to stop talking like Scooby?
Row. Ramah.
Coming up next, Game 4 between the Kings and the Lakers. We'll send you out to Los Angeles for the tip-off in just a moment. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
The finals away. Emotions run high. The battle continues.
Oh, the Kings are on fire.
The heart of a champion.
The Lakers face adversity for the first time in the playoffs. And we'll see how they respond.
Game time.
I had a 747 named after me, and it flew the route between San Francisco and Tokyo. United was rewarding frequent flyers by naming planes after them. I saw it one time when I flew back from Osaka to San Francisco. I did see my plane sitting at a gate. My mother was happy. I finally amounted to something. My name is Howard Feinberg, and I've flown 2,540,000 miles on United Airlines. It was really a hoot.
I taught him how to do that reverse slam dunk.
I taught him the fundamentals.
Boxing out.
Boxing out.
Dipsy doing.
Rebound.
Twist people up.
Bounce pass.
That's me.
I taught him.
I showed him that.
That's me.
Not you, me. That was me. Who you gonna listen to? How about yourself? Obey your thirst. Sprite.
I thought you told him to be a dentist. Man, don't move your head.
Come on.
NBC this summer is new and different. Spy TV's back every Tuesday. You've never seen hidden cameras do this, like our valet Parker. And see you later, Mom.
My son's in that potty.
And these ladies show up to fix your car.
Do you have a jack?
Spy TV, NBC Tuesdays this summer at 8/7 Central.
Introducing Quest Wireless Anytime Minutes. 1,000 monthly minutes you can use anytime, any day. All for only $39.99 a month. Save anytime. That is, anytime your hands are free. Call Quest Wireless now and save.
On Memorial Day, May 27th at 3 p.m., we ask all Americans to participate in the National Moment of Remembrance, a moment of reflection to honor the brave men and women who have given their lives to defend this nation.
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse at 3rd and Oak, the home of serious steaks.
My child's life reveals itself to me in quick glimpses and perfect moments. I want those moments to be filled with life, not sickness, not treatments. But if the need should ever arise, I'll know I made the right choice for him.
Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oregon and its members are a community of people who support each other's health care. Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oregon. It's for your health.
Family vacations, backyard barbecues, and Chevrolet. It doesn't get more American than that. This Memorial Day, it's a great time to check out Chevy cars and trucks to get you there. And now, get either $1,000, $2,000, or $3,000 cash back on every new 2002 Chevy. Or choose 1.9, 2.9, or 3.9% APR financing. We'll get you there this summer. But first, you got to get to your local Chevy dealer.
On this Memorial Day weekend in Southern California, the season is on the line for the two-time defending champion Los Angeles Lakers. And here at Staples Center in downtown L.A., this crowd is still stunned by what took place here on Friday night as we get ready now for game number 4 of this best-of-7 Western Conference Final Series. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert, along with Bill Walton. Steve Snapper Jones will be joined in a moment by Jim Gray. And Bill, looking back at Game 3 on Friday night, Laker players are saying it was their worst performance in the Phil Jackson era. Over the 3 years of action here in Los Angeles, they had nothing going in terms of energy or emotion until the fourth quarter. What do the Lakers have to do to turn things around this afternoon?
Marv, championships are won when star players set the tone early and define the terms of the conflict. That was certainly not the case in Game 3 as Shaq and Kobe came out flat, lethargic, sluggish, and uninspired. The first quarter was a nightmare. The Stars combined only 2 for 10 shooting. The entire team only scored 15 points on 6 for 22 shooting. At halftime, when you would think that the Lakers would hopefully make some adjustments, wake up and come out there and play some real basketball, things instead got worse as Shaq and Kobe failed to respond at this critical juncture here. The team shooting 5 for 25. What a nightmare indeed. Hibernation was indeed the case for Los Angeles. But the time is now for Shaq and Kobe to show up and deliver for the full 48 minutes or forever hang their heads in shame.
Hang their heads in shame. Steve will move on to the Sacramento Kings, who the other night played like the best team in the NBA, which they were during the regular season. It was a spectacular game for Sacramento, and it was truly a case of just all-around team balance for the Sacramento Kings.
Marv, there's no question that everybody understands the secret to the Kings' success, and that is a balanced offensive attack where everyone gets involved and stays involved in the ball game, and that was the story in that game as they built a 26-point lead. But in that fourth quarter, when things got a little tight for the Sacramento Kings, their stars made all of the big plays. Many have criticized Coach Weber for not shooting and making big shots when needed, but Weber was the star of stars in Game 4. And Bill, just remember this. Here in Hollywood, where they write scripts about stars, they'll be writing Weber and Bibby.
I will have more on that later on. Bill was prepared to give a dissertation. Coming up, it's game number 4 of this best-of-7 for the Lakers. These are desperate times for the Kings. They know this will not be an easy task.
We really have to play mind games with ourselves and really treat ourselves as if we're down 2-1 and realize we can't win if we don't win this next game.
We know that they're resilient right now. We have to find a way to cut off the head of the snake in some way to attack them.
Points is 2 points. Don't be a show. I don't care if you slam dunk. I don't care if you shoot a layup. 2 points is 2 points. All you have to do is take a short shot. Box out. Rebound. You ain't got to dunk on everybody.
Forget about the K on NBC is brought to you by Lexus and their passionate pursuit of perfection. By Adidas Climacool, giving you 360 degrees of ventilation. Feel the breeze. By Foster's Australian for beer. By Taco Bell, think outside the bun. And by NBA Playoffs 2002, Love It Live. The usual capacity crowd, better than 19,000 on hand here at Staples. Check out the starting lineups for the Kings. Türkoğlu, who turned it around on Friday night up front with Chris Webber, who had a sensational all-around game, as did Vlade Divac, Doug Christie, Mike Bibby in the backcourt. Rick Fox hoping to bounce back from a walk. And Derek Fisher. Let's check in with Jim Gregg. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Marv. I had an opportunity to speak to Kobe Bryant before the game. He told me that he hopes that he'll have his legs and his rhythm throughout the entire game. He did admit, however, that he did lose quite a bit of weight throughout the process of this food poisoning. He said, however, this represents to me nothing more than a lot of fun. This is what I live for. Nothing to be nervous about. This is an opportunity to go out and show that we can raise our level and meet the challenge. Now, as for Shaquille O'Neal, I spoke to him, and he told me that he wants the ball early and often. He said, in the last game, I was being too nice. He said, tonight, no more big easy. Tonight, big nasty. Mark?
All right, Jim. Well, Shaq came out in very tentative fashion on Friday night, picked it up in the second quarter, but he was in foul trouble. Phil Jackson said at the start, Shaq did not want the ball until he had a feel for the rhythm in light of the tight officiating. But we look for a different philosophy here this afternoon. Dan Crawford, Ron Garrison, Ken Maurer are the officials, and the Lakers control the opening tip, and this crowd is in it right from the start. Robert Horry being played by Chris Webber. Kobe Bryant, who had a slow start on Friday night, and O'Neal goes right to it and comes up good, but the ball lands back in the hands of O'Neal. Shaq obviously looking to get it going right at the start.
Initiating contact, taking it right at him. The Kings have to do a better job of getting those quick rebounds when Shaq misses the initial one.
Here is history, and the game is tied at 2.
Marv, we have never seen a Laker crowd as nervous and as anxious as this, and I think if they think they need to be here for their team and the Kings respond, this is going to be a very good game.
Derek Fisher has to get the shot going, or he will take a seat because he's had difficulty handling Bibby, and Chris Webber has given the Kings a 4-2 lead. In fact, the Lakers had trouble with penetrating backcourt men. We saw that in the San Antonio series with Tony Parker, and they have not been able to deal to this point with Bibby and Jackson. The bad pass picked off by Bibby. Christie with room, changed his mind, Türkoğlu for 3, and the Kings have come out on fire. Türkoğlu, remember, had that 0 for 8 in Game 1, missed his first 3 shots in Game 2, but has picked it up. The Kings have a 7-2 advantage.
Well, you hear that crowd, and they're really trying to get the Lakers to respond to get in the game, and with the exception of the one made by Shaq, they are struggling offensively.
All right, Fisher. It's a 2-pointer.
Phil Jackson said the keys for Los Angeles will be rhythm and court spacing. Penetration, get to the free throw line, focus defensively on Mike Bibby, and then play as a team.
Well, Bibby able to beat Fisher off the dribble, but threw it back out. Horry with the rebound.
Fisher might want to think about dumping it into Shaq to always get those three-point shots whenever they want.
Rick Fox for 3. And Türkoğlu on the rebound.
Well, Phil Jackson has said that they're going to give Mike Bibby some special attention, and they better start right from the get-go because he is beating Derek Fisher off the dribble, and that's why those shots are wide open.
And again, Bibby gets the step. And again, Bibby is able to hit. So the Kings lead 9-4.
The Fishers of the world have been responsible for putting 2 championship rings on Shaquille and Kobe's fingers. Right now, he's got to tighten things up defensively. Unacceptable.
Robert Horry Here's Kobe Bryant eluding Doug Christie, went to the crossover and was fouled. Foul committed by Weber. That's the first foul of the night.
Carelessness. Mike Bibby along the baseline. Good ball movement, which has become a trademark of this Sacramento team. You got to force the guy all the way to the basket. As a defender, you only have to guard the perimeter. You can't give up that mid-range shot. Bibby will make that every time.
Here's O'Neal. So that's the second bucket for Shaq. And the Kings have a 9-6 lead. Bibby using the pick from Divac and hits. Mike Bibby on Friday night played 46 minutes, 8 of 14, 2 from downtown, 24 points and 5 assists. And this has been going on throughout the postseason, starting with the third against Utah. Robert Horry from Shaquille O'Neal.
Great things happen when you come inside early in the shot clock, allowing Shaq to become a passer. But everybody has to keep moving. Shaq will give it up.
Nice pass, Divac to Weber, and the Kings have come out and hit 6 of their first 7 shots.
Remember, in the second and fourth quarters, that's when the Laker defense was able to have some impact. They're not even able to stop the ball, and that is what's killing them at the offensive end. Good ball movement, good player movement.
O'Neal draws the foul. Shaq so much more active here at the start. Divac picks up his first.
What the Sacramento Kings have done is exploit the fact that the Lakers can't respond to where the ball is. They're moving the ball. They're a great passing team. The result is Shaq is going to have to put a lot on his big back and see if he can't keep him in the game.
The Lakers should look at putting Kobe Bryant on Mike Bibby. Kobe Bryant, a fabulous individual defensive player. Phil Jackson has always loved to go with size over tough and dominating point guards who don't have that height, the way he did in the Utah series when John Stockton was taken out by Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, and Ron Harper.
Well, Bibby's not going to be taken out because he's a very aggressive and very clever player, and now you put Kobe Bryant in harm's way if you do that.
Not only that, Kobe doesn't have his legs. Got to show that he's back in tip-top shape as Divac shows once again the nice jump hook move against O'Neal, and the Kings now lead 15-9.
All of the Kings have scored, and that's been their secret. When everybody's scoring, they're rough to beat.
Türkoğlu off the steal. O'Neal not able to handle that one-hop pass from Fisher. Türkoğlu. Weber with the rebound. Weber on the move is able to score, and the Kings now lead 17-9. They have hit 8 of their first 10.
Fabulous game by Chris Weber. Getting it done, just throwing guys out of the way on the offensive glass from the weak side. And strong finishing.
Here is Bryant, and that shot is still off. He came up short on the first attempt, but a loose ball foul called on Weber, so that's a quick 2 on Chris Weber.
And that is a costly foul for Weber over the back. And we take a look at the way that the Kings have been able to move. See, no defensive pressure on the ball. Just go where you want. Bloody Divac has got a nice little 5-foot hook, and he drops it down. And you're always saying, Weber, stay inside.
And he does this on the offensive glass. Unfortunately, his lack of discipline on the other end of the court caused him to pick up 2 costly early fouls.
Time. We want a nice combination, and I think it's a growth in Chris and a growth in the team that he knows when to go down, we know when to gain the ball, and he's been playing super. I mean, he's responded to everything, and the bottom line is your team winning, and he's the biggest part of why we're winning.
The combination has been there for Chris Weber, who stays in the game with 2 fouls. But when you look at the Kings' 2 best games in this playoff run this year, number 1 against Dallas, number 3 against the Lakers, and Chris Weber was dominant inside in both of those games.
And hit that huge shot of the fourth quarter on Friday night with the Lakers in the midst of that 14-0 run, trying to get back into it, but blocked by Weber, and then a foul on Fox, who tried to get it back.
Well, they are taking a huge gamble, and maybe the reason for it is Robert Horry is not a great one-on-one player, but Weber extends to get a piece of that shot, and in trying to get it back, Fox comes over the top.
Chris's fouls come on careless gambling on plays that he really had no need or chance of success with.
Beautiful pass by Weber and Divac is foul. But it is a gamble on the part of Rick Allen to stay with Weber this early in the game.
You don't win championships without gambling, without being the attacker. And right now it's Vlade Divac going right back at Shaq. All the years, Marv, of teams trying to attack Shaq with goon ball, with the hack to Shaq, with the fouling. Finally, Vlade comes and shows how to be successful, if you can be, against the big guy Shaq.
And O'Neal picks up the foul. His first, the Kings now lead 18-9. Let's go over to Jim Gray. Jim?
Marvin, speaking to Chris Webber yesterday, he said this is the third time that we have played the Lakers. We have now been there before. Our core has been together for 3.5 years, and he said the main thing that has happened is that the Lakers have now become human. They don't look at them anymore as some superheroes, just a bunch of other guys. And he said that's been the biggest difference so far in this series. Mark?
Well, they've come out. Fisher was able to knock down a second field goal, showing that Friday night, or trying to show that Friday night was not a... Once again, draws the foul.
The Kings are moving the ball so well. The Laker defense is reacting, and they're chasing, and that's the reason that Divac is able to come across the middle and get these kinds of opportunities. Shaq's not going to be able to react. Robert Horry, none of those guys can react to the ball movement. They have got to stop the ball if they're going to get control of the Kings.
Press offense, a thing of beauty for Sacramento. Rick Fox double-teaming Mike Bibby in the backcourt. Then everybody giving the ball up early and going and attacking the basket as Vlade Divac's numbers just continue to impress. The foul trouble, yes, have been a problem, but you're always going to be up against it playing against Shaq. You have to contribute on the offensive end, and Vlade has done a magnificent job of doing that.
And perhaps playing his best basketball of the season.
And for a guy who's not noted for playing well against Shaq, and also not noted for his consistency, a big test for Vlade today.
Just under 6 remaining in the first, and the Lakers are down by 10. Robert Horry giving that shot way off from downtown.
And the difference right now is in the attack. The Lakers are a perimeter jump shooting team, with the exception of dropping the ball into Shaq, and the Kings are ball movement, sliding to the hoop, getting high percentage shots.
Once again, Bibby able to beat Fisher off the dribble, and the Kings lead 23-11.
Didn't Phil Jackson say penetrate and get to the hoop? That's the basis of our game.
Foul is called on Bibby. Kind of a tough foul on Mike Bibby.
He's saying this is rough, but look at Bibby. Watch him look back and say, "What's my name?"
This guy's name is Mike Bibby. And they better start printing up some shirts there for this guy. This guy is playing fabulous basketball in all respects.
Fisher for 3. Rebounded by Divac, and here comes Christie. The Kings with a 3-point lead, add to it. Türkoğlu able to beat the Lakers down 4.
Lakers aren't listening to Phil Jackson, and he wants a timeout. He's got to rectify this immediately. Why isn't Shaq touching the ball every time?
Sacramento has come out, hit 10 of 12 from the field. You listen to the crowd reaction. These are anxious moments here at Staples in Los Angeles. The Kings with a 2-1 lead in this best of 7, with game number 5 coming up in Sacramento on Tuesday night, and they have the Lakers 25-11 here in the first.
Secrets, that's your job.
Welcome to the CIA.
From the best-selling thriller by Tom Clancy.
3 Russian scientists are missing. I need to know where they are.
Bryant! The bomb is in play!
They think it might be the Russians.
It wasn't the Russians.
Ben Affleck.
A neo-fascist bought an A-bomb on the black market.
Morgan Freeman.
It adds up. You just don't like what it adds up to.
Get me through to the president. Hush him off.
The Sum of All Fears, directed by Phil Robinson. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday in theaters everywhere.
On the beach, looking at the beaches.
Thanks.
Michelob Light.
There you go, baby. The great taste of Michelob Light makes any occasion seem special.
The Toyota 4Runner can take you places other vehicles can't, which could necessitate bringing along some additional equipment.
In the beginning, man created 3 types of game shows. Those that tested intelligence, strength, and strategy. Now, 20,000 years later, man has found a way to combine all 3. Dog Eat Dog, Mondays after Fear Factor on NBC.
We've won games and championships by playing as a team, and at this particular period of time, I think we're feeling like we've got to have Shaquille and Kobe do a lot more for us than maybe we really have to have them do. Maybe the focal point of this King defense is Shaquille and Kobe, and the rest of the guys have to step up and get those 15 points and allow Shaquille and Kobe to get the points they're naturally going to get in a game of duress. Maybe they only get 20, 25 points. But other people have to step into the open areas and into the opportunities they have.
The role players definitely have to deliver. The start has been a nightmare once again here. Only 11 points, 5 for 13 shooting, mimicking the embarrassing moments of Game 3 here. Shaq and Kobe in Game 1. That was very, very difficult and tough to swallow for longtime Laker fans. Rick Fox not getting it done. He's going to sit it out for a while. Sacramento, they need to get greedy right here. They need to treat this, okay, we're ahead at the half, time to put the hammer down and think offense.
And Devin George has come on, replacing Rick Fox. Brian Shaw, who provided a lift in the 4th quarter the other night, has kicked in. Türkoğlu O'Neal with his 3rd field goal. He has 7, and the Kings now lead 25-13.
12-point game, and Shaq, Kobe's job is to keep them close. At some point, that will take the pressure off of George and Robert Horry, Brian Shaw.
Devin George with a tough assignment against Vito Türkoğlu did a nice job defensively. Divac and George scrapping forward. George able to hustle it down and draws the foul.
Now, when the Kings get in trouble, it's when they try to become one-on-one players. And Vito Türkoğlu trying to go one-on-one and didn't get by anybody. Tosses up a real tough shot. Now he's going to try to come in and come up with the steal, and they don't get control of the ball.
Foul on Türkoğlu, so the Kings are over the foul limit.
In that situation, Türkoğlu, you're stuck. You got great passing big men, Vlade and Weber. Have them flash to the ball. Give it up and execute the give and go, and you get a layup every single time. Don't force up that ill-advised shot.
Devin George played a playoff career high, 27 minutes the other night. Only 3 for 13, but had 7 rebounds. And Phil Jackson likes his work defensively. That's why he's put him on Türkoğlu.
And one of the things about Türkoğlu, this is a big opportunity for him. He's got friends all over the world watching him play, and he wants to step up. And the Kings get in a hot streak. He wants to stay part of that.
Another 4.5 remaining in the first. Kings by 11. Weber playing with the 2 fouls, backing his way on Horry, and gets the friendly rim.
George might have tipped that in. It started to come off. George was up there. Might have been the nice guy for Chris Webber.
Lakers have to try to get more fouls on Vlade. Vlade is playing too well.
So Shaq is doing his part here at the start. He now has 9. And it's a 27-16 Sacramento lead.
Now, you got your wish, Kobe Bryant, against Mike Bibby, and they end up with Shaquille O'Neal picking up a foul.
For Shaq, that's his second as he came out trying to help on Bibby.
Chris Webber, who does not have outstanding footwork on delivering that jump hook. It's a very kind roll that time, but Lakers' defense of the pick and roll has left a lot to be desired in this series.
Divac went right at a very careful Shaquille O'Neal, who did not want to be called for a third foul.
Well, Vladdy's showing the left and right hook, and so, you know, he is getting a lot of freedom at the offensive end.
Well, Kobe Bryant did not get the kind roll. Türkoğlu protecting against George.
Now, Devin George is very active and aggressive defensively. Attack him and burn him with that enthusiasm.
Mike Bibby continues his remarkable play. 4 for 4 from the field. He has 8 points.
I mean, people don't give him enough credit for being a great shooter, and he is a stick, and he is a very clever player.
Here's Bibby lobbing, but that got away. George on the intercept. Bryant, but the Kings get back. Nice pass by Bryant, but George not able to finish. And Ken Maurer blows the whistle, a foul on the Lakers. It's on George.
Vlade Divac is playing a very solid game again. Coming right at Shaq, attacking him, showing the whole repertoire. Keep Shaq back on his heels.
Who is this guarding Mike Bibby? I think it's Kobe Bryant.
No,
and
he's
going to treat him just like he's treated everyone else. He backs up and drops a dime on him. When a player has the ability to stop, change direction, he's tough to handle when he's got a jump shot to go with it.
Lakers over the foul limit. Vlade Divac 4 for 4, now 5 for 5 from the foul line. Chris Webber sitting down, and Bobby Jackson played very well over the first 3 games of the series. Has checked in. And he's bothered by a sprained left ankle that was suffered in the third quarter the other night. Although he says it's a mild sprain. Jackson said he heard the joint thump when he went down in a collision, but the Kings say he's all right. Well, game 3, the Kings led 32-15. And look at this score right here, 33-16 Sacramento. George, good job getting the rebound, but way off on the follow. And this crowd getting a bit anxious.
Well, they should, because they're not making shots, and that's all it comes down to. You can't beat a team that's making shots and you're not. You talk about your defense and everything else, but the ball is not going in, and the Lakers dig a big hole.
If you're Sacramento, keep pushing on the offensive attack.
Divac tried to keep it alive, but knocked it out of bounds, so the ball back to the Lakers.
Türkoğlu is playing the power forward for Sacramento right now. He's getting pushed underneath the basket on his defensive rebound. He has got to establish position and hold out guys like Horry and Devin George and Kobe Bryant. He's got a huge role because Vlade is so preoccupied with Shaq.
O'Neal going at Divac. George, this time, is able to convert.
When you're playing against a great player like Shaq, your power forward has to be huge on the defensive board. Gobble everything up.
And remember, the Sacramento Kings have done the job as Jackson is tripped up by Horry. Lakers over the limit. Jackson will go to the line. Sacramento has had all the success without their all-star player, Peja Stojakovic, who continues to sit out with that sprained right ankle. Rick Adelman says Peja just cannot run. He was injured back in game 3 in the series against Dallas.
Marv, he was here early today, Peja, and he's moving a lot better. He's got a little bit of lateral mobility. He's stepping back and then forward. The shot was down there, but still unrealistic to expect Peja to make the kind of move into this competition with the injury that he had.
But this is a team that has lost important players, and it has not affected the way they've played. And the perfect example, Chris Webber, right at the start of the season.
He missed the first 20 games, and with a new point guard, they still ran away from the pack. That's why I voted for Rick Adelman for Coach of the Year this year in the NBA.
The first we heard of that vote.
No, he did. I must say, he mentioned it early in the season. I hate to vouch. The foul is called on Jackson. He kind of slipped it in a late ad after he had mentioned 2 other coaches.
He mentioned Phil Jackson, Maurice Cheeks, and never got to the guy that had the best record.
All right, here's Scott Pollard for Vlade Divac. Another outstanding performance by Divac. 10 points. And he'll take a seat. So Devin George at the line with 1:35 remaining in this first quarter. Well, you can log on to NBA.com to bid in the Where's Walton auction for exclusive memorabilia from the Love It Live tour, which proceeds to benefit reading is fundamental. It's all at NBA.com.
Marv, look up there and you see 35 points, and the Lakers are #1 in field goal percentage for their opponents, and they are getting manhandled.
Not Pollard on the move, and he is fouled. It's a blocking foul on Fox.
A trademark of every Phil Jackson championship team has been defend the pick and roll expertly. Send them away from the pick, send them to the baseline, pin them with size. Bibby is torching the Lakers in the pick and roll from up top, from the side, from everywhere. Pollard runs it right there. Samaki Walker, who hasn't been heard from since the media conference at the start of this series, gets out there way too late and no opportunity to slow down Bibby on that pick and roll.
Samaki played well against his former team, San Antonio, but very quiet in this series.
Well, especially after barking at the beginning, saying that the Kings have no chance here.
Lakers with 2 fouls apiece on Fox, Horry, and O'Neal. We come up on a minute remaining in the first. 15-point Sacramento lead.
Well, with Shaq out, you can look for Kobe to start trying to make plays for everybody else, but they're just not finishing. You get them a pass right at the rim. George misses a couple. Now Samaki Walker.
It's the Lakers who look psychologically unsettled while the Kings look so poised.
Here is Türkoğlu with room. Yes!
Any shot they want. Any shot they want right now.
That's a three-pointer, and Türkoğlu has 8.
And the Lakers can do nothing about it because they can't stop the ball at the point of attack.
Run if you're Sacramento. Never stop.
Jackson is blocked. Run. Terrific play by Kobe in getting back.
That's just ill-advised.
Well, he shoot again, this time for 3.
And that's even worse. You got to have discipline when you're playing out here in these championship level games.
Lakers 8 for 25, 30%. Another brutal shooting performance by the Lakers, while the Kings are 14 of 28. Final seconds of the first. Bibby. Yes! 2 seconds remaining of the quarter. Bibby 5 for 6. 10 points. Bryant from center court. And you can hear the boos from this crowd. As bad as it was Friday night in Game 3 for the Lakers,
it's worse.
Maybe, Marv, they should have Kobe Bryant. Yeah, Mike Bibby.
Well, Bryant 0 for 4 here at the start. Sacramento with a 40-point first quarter after 1. The Kings by 20.
I have something to tell you.
You first.
No, you go.
I'm not ready to get married.
Okay.
So, what was your news?
Those of you who may have just tuned in, once again a stunner. That was the case Friday night. It was the case in Boston yesterday. And the Lakers shooting has been just atrocious at the start.
And no more evident than in inside shots and then wide open perimeter shots, no defense around, but they're not even close to the rim. And when you're missing shots, it affects every other part of your game, and the Laker defense is nowhere to be found. And look at that shooting, Bill.
Even the most important game of the season for these guys, they come out and stink it up. 29% shooting in the first quarter. They turning the ball over. They're getting pounded on the glass. Nothing going right. They got Shaq on the bench to end the first quarter. He's coming back. On the other hand, though, Sacramento, they shoot 71%. Just a clinic, a thing of beauty. The point guard play and the center play. Bibby and Divac at the top of that list right there, setting the tone of how you come against this great Laker team and try to dethrone them.
Lindsey Hunter, who did a nice job off the bench in that fourth quarter on Friday night, has come on. He's defending on Mike Bibby, so he'll take a shot at Bibby. Türkoğlu able to work free from George. Here's Jackson with the shot clock running down. Bobby Jackson hits a three, and the Kings continue the amazing shooting. They lead now 43-20.
And they said, you know, against Dallas, that's fine, but you can't do that against the Lakers. And the only guy that's making shots right now is number 34 for the Lakers.
And they only give it to him every fourth possession. I don't know what's going on there, but Türkoğlu is playing terrific ball. We watch him every day in practice and the warm-ups. He has got a complete game on full display this afternoon.
Scott Pollard taking it inside on Türkoğlu O'Neal. Shaq is playing with 2 fouls. Chris Webber picked up 2 early, and he is sitting out right now. Pass deflected, recovered by George. Devin George with a host of opportunities. Devin George is now 1 for 7 from the field. Foul is called on Christie.
4 of them have come inside on offensive putbacks. He's been closing and missed those opportunities. And, you know, he might be sensing a little bit of pressure, trying to be a little bit more, knowing that this is a huge opportunity for him.
When you're playing against Shaq, as Scott Pollard is right now, just get the rebounds that come your way. Let Türkoğlu and Christie get the rest of the rebounds.
O'Neal fires one up. Chris Webber getting set. The checks back in. Christie putting a move on George. O'Neal came over to help. Nice ball movement again by the Kings. That is Jackson not able to hit from 3-point range. Pollard on the rebound. Jackson gives it up. Christie for 3. Yes!
There is no hesitation. There is no let-up. There is no overjoyous celebration, although the bench is a little bit happy right now. The long way to go in this ballgame. Determined offensive production here.
They better go to Boston and find out what they did in the fourth quarter. If you're talking about shutting down that celebration, because the Kings are having a good time. The Lakers are not anywhere into the area code, zip code defensively of what the Kings are doing. Look how wide open these shots are. Now, if you can't make shots in your head by 24 points, you need to come over here and sit with me and you.
Bobby Jackson on the foul, and Rick Fox to the line looking for the 3-point play. Yes, the Sacramento bench once again having a very enjoyable time here at Staples. This a Kings team that is 5-0 on the road in this year's postseason. They've won 17 of their last 19 games away from Arco Arena. And these are remarkable numbers. They won twice in Utah, twice in Dallas, Friday night here in L.A. Now, they started the season over their first 32 games when they're 29-3 at home. They were only 13-14 on the road, and you can see how they picked it up since then with 17 of their last 19 in the W column.
Surging confidence. Credit Rick Adelman. He has got these guys believing that this is about skilled basketball, not about size and strength, and they're playing every facet of the game.
Mark's not able to get to that restart. Türkoğlu beating all off the dribble. And the Kings now lead 48-24. They double up on the Lakers.
They have 48 points with 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. They might get 70 in the half.
O'Neal will go to the line. So he'll shoot 2. Fouled by Pollard.
Marvin, it's good to know there's nothing wrong with Bill's math. He is really racking up the numbers, but it's been the play of the Kings. They're the aggressors. They've been forcing the turnovers. Every time they've had a chance to attack the rim, they've done so, and the Lakers are on their heels. So it's going to take the Lakers a real concerted effort at the defensive end. They got to slow this ball down. They got to slow the team down.
Let's check in with Jim Gray. Jim?
Mark, during the last time out, Jimmy Clemens, the Lakers assistant coach, said that our guys are a little bit anxious. He can't quite figure out just exactly why. He said, we're pressing tonight. We just need to relax. He said, the Kings are doing nothing different than what we expected. Simple difference is they're making their shots, and we're not. Now, offensively, yesterday, Chris Webber told me that they have studied extensively the tapes of the 1998 series between the Lakers and the Utah Jazz, which the Lakers lost 4-0, and how the pick and roll works so effectively against Shaquille O'Neal with Karl Malone and John Stockton. He says, we've watched those tapes, we've studied them, we feel that's their weakness. Mark?
All right, Jim, I think it's a little bit more than that, although Shaq has always been a guy who's not reacted that well to the pick and roll, but foul is called. Foul on the Kings as Pollard got involved with O'Neal, but the Lakers getting nothing from Kobe Bryant, and that's been the major factor.
You know, and Shaq was written up as he needs to put on his cape and carry this team, and that's what he's trying to do now. But when you're surrounded by 3 and 4 guys, tough to score a hoop, and that's what Shaq is finding out this afternoon.
The Nets.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Chevy, the cars you can depend on, the cars that last will be there. By Sun America, the retirement specialist. By Budweiser, delivering beer at its best with the crisp, clean, and refreshing taste known only to the king of beers. And by Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
You know, Will's not going to do it, guys. I know you want to win. Everybody knows we want to win the game. 5-man game is going to do it. I've used your Sparks. That was really stupid basketball that quarter. We did some really dumb things out there. Just play a smart game.
Well, Phil taking the direct approach with his team regarding what was a horrendous first quarter by the Lakers.
At the highest of levels, it's always the mental decisions being made and the wild scramble ball. And with Kobe Bryant not getting anything going, finally out of the timeout, Kobe makes his first basket of the day, but they're going to need a lot more of that, getting the Kings back on their heels.
Well, the good thing for the Lakers is they have a ton of time, 32 minutes left in this ball game, so they got to do it in increments. Find a way to knock 6 off, 7 off at a time, so by the time they get to the fourth quarter, the Kings are now maybe a tentative basketball team.
The Lakers have been very slow getting into any sort of offensive sets. Kobe just overpowers the King defenders with that shoulder through the chest.
Laker foul on Lindsey Hunter, their first team foul. And now Türkoğlu takes a seat. Doug Christie comes on. 8:20 remaining in this first half. 48-26 Sacramento. Weber actually lost the handle. Horry on the rebound. So the Lakers now have Hunter and Bryant in the backcourt. Horry gets it down low to O'Neal. His shot, forcing the shot.
Pollard playing solid position defense, allowing Weber to just gobble him up. One thing the Kings have to worry about is being too far ahead too early.
Bibby is 6 of 8 from the field for 12 points. I've never quite heard that philosophy.
Ask the New Jersey Nets.
That's one game, which was miraculous. It never happened before.
You will have to fight off the crowd all day at this point, as opposed to just one day.
Hunter is able to hit. Let's ask Rick Adelman at halftime if he likes this lead that he has.
You know, that's what Secretariat said. I'm too far ahead. I need to let the other horses get me.
Great teams that I've been a part of. On the road, you like to be tied at the half.
Bibby continues the onslaught. 7 of 9, 14 points.
4 up by 33, one of the two.
O'Neal and the foul. Bill, can you take a break and join us sometime in the third quarter?
Bibby has just been able to keep all of the Lakers off balance. Every time you start to go at him, he gives you a little jab step, pulls up, and pops. And this is why he is so difficult to cover when the ball is going in. And this is the way he played in the final 2 games against Dallas.
Jack now 2 for 5 from the line. He has 14 points.
Mike Bibby is now torching Kobe Bryant. That's how good he is, Bibby.
Weber gets the step, and the foul is called. The Lakers looking for an offensive foul, but Chris Weber took the hit from Devin George, who picks up his second.
The reality is that the Lakers are not done, but they have a lot of work to do, and they've got to be able to stop the ball, and that's been their problem here in the first half. 3 Lakers finally come to Chris Weber, but he's going to go to the line. You're down 20. You got to get this lead down to 14, maybe 12 points by the break.
Weber 2 for 4 from the line. Friday night, remember missing 3 on the back of the rim. 2 were in and out, talking about the 3 of 11. And I remember saying to myself, what's the matter, man? You haven't shot this fast since you were a bad shooter.
Marv, the most amazing stat in this series for me has been the fact that the Kings are taking 10 more free throw attempts per game than Los Angeles. Unheard of during a championship run. Offensive foul, Kobe Bryant.
And for Bryant, that's his first foul.
Doug Christie is doing an outstanding job of staying in front of Kobe Bryant, and Bryant goes both ways, but never really was close enough to where Christie was going to have to be concerned about getting beat with that first step, so Kobe picked up the charge.
I've never seen a team since Phil Jackson took over, coach of the Lakers 3 years ago, that thought they could beat Los Angeles. Right now, I'm seeing Sacramento believing in themselves that they can get this done.
The Lakers had some low moments this season despite the success with 58 wins. Bibby not able to hit, but we're looking at big game situations where they're blown out. Friday night in Game 3, they've been blown out to this point in the first half, although lots of time remaining. Again, all you have to do is look back to yesterday between the game between the Nets and the Celtics. The Lakers have had some bad moments. They were beaten by Dallas and San Antonio handily during the regular season. Remember, they went through that stretch losing to a bunch of weaker teams, but it was regular season, and they always thought they could recover. Here's Hunter for 3. So the Laker shooting continues at 13 of 40 from the field.
Phil Jackson said at the beginning, we need rhythm and court spacing. They're getting none of that, and Shaq is blocking shots here.
The time from Weber, but Shaq was there. Hunter with a blind attempt, and Bibby able to gobble it out. Here's Jackson. Had about 8 minutes to take that shot. And back come the Lakers.
And the Lakers don't want to play a speed game. They don't want the shot to come up quickly. Lindsey Hunter is saying, hey, I'm getting mine up. You're going to have to take me out of the game.
Lindsey Hunter is starting to make Devin George look like John Stockton.
Well, Lindsey now 1 for 4. Devin George 1 for 7. Timeout is called. In fact, the LA bench 2 for 14 in this first half. Phil Jackson, a man who coached the Lakers to 2 NBA titles, coached the Chicago Bulls to 6, and facing a desperate scenario right here. The Lakers have lost 2 of their last 3 home games here in the postseason. They have suffered their first consecutive losses since the 2000 Conference Finals, and this is only the second time that they have trailed in a series under Phil Jackson. You have to go back to the 2001 NBA Finals where it was 1-0 with Philadelphia surprising by taking Game 1 here in L.A. last year.
But the problem for the Lakers is that nobody other than Shaq is playing worth a darn. The bench is 2 for 14. Kobe is 1 for 6. Lindsey Hunter has outscored Kobe Bryant. That's just not going to get it done.
And here's Bryant spinning his way on Twister. So for Kobe, his second field goal, but he does not seem to be himself. Coming off the food poisoning episode in Sacramento, it's kicked out of bounds by Horry.
Kobe's only 2 scores have come out of timeout. When Phil sets up plays for him, it's not coming easy for him. The opportunities, the explosion of 5 moving as 1 that has always been the trademark of Phil Jackson basketball going back to his days with the Knicks under Red Holtzman.
I don't think you worry about Kobe as a player offensively, though, but he's going to strike a match at some point in this game.
Now that's space right there.
Weber showing the touch, so he's 5 for 7, 12 points, and the Kings now lead 56-34. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Fisher, wide open shot, rebounded by Türkoğlu. Bloody Divac is back. The Kings going with Divac, Weber, and Türkoğlu up front. Christie and Jackson in the backcourt.
All right, the Lakers want to get control of this game at the defensive end. They want to have these Kings have to take some contested shots, make some bad decisions, and turn the ball over.
Shot clock down at 4. Divac not able to hit. Nice box out by Horry.
Bryant's got 1 foul. critical in the last 4 of 20. See if he picks up any more.
Kobe Bryant has hit 2 in a row. He has 6 points. He had only 2 at the half here on Friday night, and then came on strong with 16 of his 22 of the fourth quarter. Jackson tried to reverse it. Bryant is the steal. So Kobe with the takeaway. And the Kings now with an 18-point lead.
Different guard in the ball game for the Kings. Bobby Jackson can't elude people the way that Bibby can and finish over the top, so the Lakers defense tightening up.
Foul against the Lakers. It is a blocking foul on O'Neal, so that is 3 on Shaq.
The crowd is at a fever pitch right now. Bobby Jackson, who played so well up till this game today, has not delivered. Kobe Bryant able to throw it down in transition. But then coming right back, Vlade Divac trying to get on the offensive attack here. Shaq with 3 fouls. And you're looking at a situation of now having to fight off this crowd already so angry and on edge for the rest of this game.
The former Laker, Vlade Divac, who continues his superb play, comes up with point number 11. You see Shaq departing. Marky Walker is back. A reminder, don't miss NBC's big Memorial Day Monday, starting at 3 Eastern tomorrow. First up, the return of Cheryl Swoops, as her comics will host Lisa Leslie and the Sparks. And at 5 o'clock Eastern time, it's Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. So the Sparks and the Comics, Celtics and the Nets, tomorrow at 3 Eastern on NBC. Well, things must be very relaxing for Mike Bibby. Little manicuring being done here as he sits out.
Nothing's worse than playing against a guy with long fingernails.
This crowd very much back into it. 3.5 remaining. First half, Kings with a 57-38 lead. They've led by as many as 24. Bryant, yes! And Kobe Bryant relocating the touch. So the Lakers have it down to a 17-point advantage.
You see how much trouble Bobby Jackson is having, and that's what they didn't have, and that's what's allowing the defense of the Lakers to have some impact here in the quarter and slow down the offense. Now, you were concerned about Kobe Bryant, but remember, in that game, in the fourth, Bryant got 16 in the quarter, and this is a guy that can get hot, and I mean blistering hot within a shot or two.
Walker called for the foul. Lakers with 14 fouls. Kings are over the limit. Bryant to the blind side, not able to come up with a steal. Türkoğlu with the step and the bucket. Türkoğlu has 12 points. Once again, a major contributor, turning it from the slow start in games 1 and 2. And Bryant is fouled by Christie. That's 3 on Doug Christie. Bryant to the line because Sacramento is in the penalty. 2:54 remaining in the half. And the Kings up by 19. Türkoğlu able to take it to the rim.
Verizon Wireless at the half. We'll look ahead to Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and Pat Croce will have a report from Boston on yesterday's amazing comeback win. Plus, Peter Vesey joins us with his news and notes, and we'll get Tom and Peter's thoughts on the first half in Los Angeles right now.
Well, the Kings are in full circus mode, and that's a good thing. Behind the back, between the legs, this is Kings basketball, and the Lakers, up until the last couple minutes, have looked like that wide-eyed 5-year-old just watching the circus go by.
I'm just wondering, that last dunk by Türkoğlu, how many times have the Kings gone to the hoop, no Laker anywhere near them? Maybe they should knock somebody down once, just once. All right, now back to Marv, Bill, and Steve.
Thanks, Ahmad. Well, in the regular season, this is a Sacramento team that went 61-21. They have the best record in the league. 61 wins, a franchise mark, their first ever Pacific Division title, but they've been going at a blistering pace the last 2 games. Kobe Bryant up the line. He has scored the last 8 points for the Lakers, turning it in the second quarter after the 0 for 4. In the first, he's hit 5 for 6 from the field.
And if you're a Lakers fan, what you want to do is see that scoreboard come down to 14, 15 points, somewhere under the 20 that they've been dealing with this first half, so that they'll be ready to come out in the third quarter in the second half.
If you're Sacramento, you say, hey, look, we were on a 70-point pace, but now we've sort of slowed it down with the exception of Türkoğlu. Get to 70 points at the half, and you're in a very comfortable position.
Well, Bibby's back in, and this is the guy that they've had difficulty controlling, and he's the one that has made the pace and the game for the Kings.
Shot clock, down at 6. Divac with a beautiful pass. Rejected by Bryant. Down at 2 on the 24. Türkoğlu coming up short. It's a 24-second violation.
What a block shot. That was the perfect give and go up against the shot clock. Bobby Jackson has had 2 layups blocked already. He is too slow on delivering that ball. You got to play like Norm Nixon did, John Stockton, and out-quick him to the hoop and get it up there early.
Bryant looking to post over Jackson. Rebound George. Kevin George with a finger roll. Kings 59 and the Lakers 43 as we come up on 2 minutes to go on the half.
Well, Bobby Jackson has had a couple of excellent opportunities and hasn't been able to deliver, so they've got to find someone else to start making shots again.
Türkoğlu not able to hit from downtown. Good tip from Bryant to get it to Horry. Here comes Fisher. Oh, he changed his mind. But Bryant is there. Kobe, Derek Fisher wanted to give it up, then saw he did not have anybody to receive it, so forced the shot. But the Lakers right back into it. It's down to a 14-point lead. Fisher called for the foul. Lakers are over the limit.
Kobe Bryant is coming alive here after a nightmare first quarter. The rebound here gets it right to Robert Horry, and then Türkoğlu does a fabulous job of scrambling the brainwaves for Derek Fisher, and this is a bailout here by Kobe Bryant, single-handedly saving his mates.
Now, as good as Mike Bibby has been at the free throw line during the course of the regular season, here in the Western Conference Finals, he is not true to the mark. And he needs to be able to steady down, start knocking down the free throws for the Kings.
Bibby during the regular season, 80% free throw shooter. Here is Bryant. Walker able to hustle it down. Minute 25 remaining in the half. George off the fade. Rejected by Divac. Fisher over the rescue. Here's Fisher with a bad decision. And Weber comes away with it. Leads Jackson. For the Lakers.
Should have given that ball back to Michael Bibby. Let him make the play. This is what happened to them in the second quarter in Game 3. They started to make mistakes for the Laker defense.
Only the 4th turnover committed by Sacramento. Fisher for 3. The Kings see the lead. Dropped down to 12.
Phil Jackson has got the championship smirk on his face right now.
Down to 50 seconds. Bibby out of quick release. That's a 3 for Bibby, who has 18 points. Kings 63. And the Lakers 48. Bryant lost the dribble to Jackson. Jackson ahead of the field. And he is fouled by Bryant. For Kobe, that is his second.
But Bobby Jackson on his layup is jumping up instead of out. Mike Bibby, who has quieted this crowd so many times, just comes in with a dagger here. And then the steal by Bobby Jackson, who has not had near the game that he's had coming into today's play. But he's jumping underneath the basket and up rather than from out on the court and out.
Still could be that ankle that is bothering him. Mentioned he had the ice pack wrapped around his left ankle all day yesterday during practice. 38 seconds remaining in this first half.
It could also be the footsteps of Kobe Bryant. You know, he's trying to do a little bit too much, knowing that this guy is lurking somewhere out there on the floor.
Lakers take a timeout. Snapper Jones, Jim Gray. The Sacramento lead is now 16. The Lakers showing some signs in the second quarter. Sparked by Kobe Bryant. After the quiet first quarter, Kobe has come on for 13 points, all in the second.
And he is a guy that's responsible for the energized defensive effort, as he has blocked a couple shots as well, and has got this crowd believing second half will be different for their Lakers.
Down to 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Jackson gets picked off. Bryant comes up short on the three-point attempt.
Türkoğlu's floor game has been perfect. Rebounds, loose balls, defense, throw-down dunks, perimeter jumpers. This guy is a player, Türkoğlu.
12 points, 8 rebounds for Türkoğlu. Just a 2-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Jackson with the rainbow three, rebounded by Horry, taking out of the hands of Weber. Final seconds, Walker shooting for three. Was able to knock it down. Samaki did not attempt a three-pointer during the regular season.
And this crowd is energized. They are fired up. They are ready for more. Mike Bibby does a good job of cutting off Kobe Bryant, thinking that the ball is going his way. But who would have ever thought that Samaki Walker, of all people, would knock down the three?
The Sacramento Kings led by as many as 24. They're up by 20 at the quarter, and the Lakers putting a dent into that lead, now trailing by 14 at the half. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Marv. Mike Bibby has 18 points here in the first half. How much did the victory in Game 3 give you guys the confidence to come out here and do so well in Game 4?
I don't think it started in Game 3. You know, I mean, we've been playing good the whole playoffs. And, you know, we love playing on the road. You know, we love playing at home, but, you know, their fans get us fired up. And, you know, that's what we're feeding off right now.
Did you watch the Nets and the Celtics yesterday?
I watched the last 2 minutes.
Will you guys talk about that now at halftime?
No, we're not worried about it. We just got to relax a little bit. You know, they hit a lucky shot at the end of the half. And, you know, that might give them some confidence. But, you know, we're going to come out here and try to play the same way we did at the start of the game.
They scored 14 points in 45 seconds in the fourth quarter. The Lakers did in Game 3. Will you be better prepared for that onslaught here in the second half?
Yeah, I think we prepared for it at the end of the game of last game. You know, we started to take control of the ball. We started to relax ourselves. And, you know, we took advantage of it.
Mike, great first half.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck in the second half. Marv, back to you.
All right, thanks, Jim. 18 points, 8 of 11 shooting for Bibby. Referring to the lucky shot by Samaki Walker, turns out only the second career three-pointer for Walker in his 6-year NBA career. Coming up, Ahmad Rashad, Tom Tolbert, Peter Vesey, and Pat Croce. A star-studded lineup on Verizon Wireless at the half. 55-51 lead on the LA Lakers. Marv Albert, Bill Walton, Steve Jones, Jim Gray. Although no one debated the call at the time, we flash back to that last-second three-point fling by Samaki Walker, and watch this. The Lakers, as it turns out, received a break. You'll see it from the other angle.
Samaki Walker, the ball still in his hands when the clock at 1/10 in the left-hand corner. Now it's at 0. The red light is on. The ball still in his hand. The ball should not have counted. Be that as it may, though, Marv, it's now or never for Los Angeles here. This Los Angeles squad does not look like a Phil Jackson team. There's no flow. The guys seem to be playing in spite of themselves rather than for themselves. And I don't know how they're going to turn this around unless Shaq and Kobe really come alive here. The crowd is ready. The crowd is happening now. They're fired up. The three-point shot gave them a little bit of momentum here. Shaq with 3 fouls. Kobe had no points in the first quarter, 13 in the second. When are the two guys together, Shaq and Kobe, going to play well at the same time? It is just not happening for Los Angeles.
Well, the Sacramento Kings have been the superior team here in Los Angeles, and they've done it with, again, great balance, and it starts with Mike Bibby. They have not been able to get Bibby under control, and that's allowed everybody to get into the act. And if we see that again in the second half, the bad news for the Lakers.
And Sacramento going at a blistering pace once again. 23 of 42 from the field, 55% in the first half.
romance, the beauty, the world of Ralph Lauren. Polo.com.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by The Pilot, a rugged new SUV built by Honda. By McDonald's, we love to see you smile. By Minority Report, a Steven Spielberg film starring Tom Cruise, June 21st, only in theaters. And by Sprite, obey your thirst.
As we get ready for the second half, I'm Jim Gray. Well, Phil Jackson told his team, guys, lay off the three-pointers in the second half. They were 3 for 15. He wants them to show some patience on offense. He wants the ball to go into Shaquille O'Neal quite a bit. He told his team, guys, we need to play with a sense of urgency, not of desperation. We know they're good, but they're getting too many open looks at the basket. Finally, he said, don't put Shaquille O'Neal in a compromising situation on defense where he would have to pick up his 4th or 5th foul early in the third quarter. Mark?
All right, Jim, and these are desperate times for the Lakers. Kobe Bryant just picked up his 3rd foul, 3 apiece on Bryant and O'Neal.
Yeah, Kobe trying to get up and tiger the ball and reaching across. He's going to knock Bibby off balance, and but that's the kind of defensive pressure they have to have. Now, Bill, they've taken your advice. Bryant is on him, although he dealt with Bibby in the first half. Didn't do that good a job. Let's see if he's more effective in the second.
Türkoğlu had a terrific first half, draws the double. And you see Bryant defending on Bibby. Bibby gets the step. Oh! Forced into a tough shot by O'Neal.
Roddy out. He matched up Shaq early, and then Weber and Türkoğlu, they killed Fox and Horry. Bibby outplayed Kobe. Now what can the Lakers do to change this around? 3-second violation on Shaq, just sprouting roots in the lane.
So Jackson has told his team, we want 2s. We don't need 3s, and we need them with some sort of consistency. So ride the big fella, and it's going to be up to the defense of the Kings to change that.
Well, back in game 2, Phil Jackson said the three-point shooting was pathetic. They were 3 for 19. 3 for 15, as Jim Gray mentioned. In the first half, they got off slowly in that department Friday night and then picked it up in the 4th quarter. Fox got the stop. The pusher was about to shoot the 3 and then changed his mind and found Fox. So the 24-point lead is now down to 12.
He saw that hook that Phil Jackson has for him, and that comes up.
It's got to get Vlade involved in the offense down low.
Horry delivering to O'Neal, fouled by Divac. That's 2 on Vlade Divac. Once again, you saw a Laker player about to shoot a 3. Robert Horry changed his mind.
Well, I think that they really understand that if they're going to get the game back in their hands in terms of momentum, they've got to get Divac in foul trouble. They've got to keep Weber in foul trouble. And they've got to slow down Bibby. And Shaq has got to make the free throw.
See, going back to game 3 in the first half of today, I have never seen a Phil Jackson team pay less attention to the coach. And this guy has been preaching the team. He's been preaching the attack, the efficient ball movement, get it inside. They don't listen to him. Maybe this half, when it's all on the line, they will believe that this guy knows what he's talking about, Phil Jackson.
Jack now 3 for 7. At the line, they try to double up on Bibby. Shot clock at 8. Christie with a rainbow. That's a 2. And a foot on the line. So the one-time Laker, Doug Christie, 3 for 5. 7 points. Kings up by 13.
The Kings have to make some shots, and they're going to have to make them under duress.
Kobe Bryant under duress, able to beat the double team. Kobe has 15, 67. 56. A little pressure being shown by the Lakers. You saw the pressure bothers the Kings in the fourth quarter the other night.
See, they're trying to get 2 and 3 people on Bibby, and at that time they get him to call a timeout, but they are really paying attention to Mike Bibby now.
2.5 gone by in the third. The Kings by 11. See Bibby get himself into trouble off the trap and asked for time. Dan Crawford said, "You've got it."
All right, guys, bring it in. Hey, where's Billy?
He's sick. He's our best player. Yeah, we can't play without him.
Come on, it's gonna be okay.
It's for the championship, Coach.
There's gonna be a lot of other games.
Hey, I can play.
You know how?
I'm not bad.
He's tall. What do you think? All right, let's go! Hey, if we win, we get to go to McDonald's. So don't play.
What are you doing here? I'm fighting for my country.
The Corps has developed a new code based on the Navajo language. Protect the code at all costs.
See any combat, Yazzie? Looking forward to getting into some.
Let's go!
You saved a lot of Marines. Nicolas Cage in a John Woo film. Wind Talkers. Rated R. Starts Friday, June 14th.
All right, let's see here. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths.
A real fixer-upper for artistic creative types. Formal dining room with sweeping staircase. Oh, honey, a fireplace. Doesn't that sound fabulous? Honey. What do you think?
We'll take it.
The new 6-speed Acura CL Type S.
NBC Mondays. Strength, intelligence, strategy. 3 games in 1. A new show that combines brains, brawn, and backstabbing.
It's time to choose the loser.
From the producers of Fear Factor, the next generation in reality TV. Dog Eat Dog, coming to NBC Mondays.
Never say it's too late to learn what's causing the problems for you. It's taken 3.5 days for the Lakers to realize just how difficult Mike Bibby has been for them and created all the problems, and they're now giving him special attention. Whenever he gets by his man, someone's running to him, running at him. They double him with Horry and Fox in the corner after he gets by Kobe Bryant. So you're going to see Mike Bibby see a different kind of defensive energy from the Lakers.
But in the first 2.5 minutes of the third quarter, the Kings really haven't had a successful play. Bibby's got to get it going, and Vlade has got to come and handle the ball because Shaq is not going to pressure his dribble.
Weber gets inside. Chris Weber with 14 points, so the Kings now lead 69-56.
Jim Gray talked about confidence with Mike Bibby at the end of the first half. That confidence, I think, came from Vlade Divac's dunk in Game 2 in the second half. It just inspired the entire King organization that we can get this done.
Bryant played on a switch by Türkoğlu. Fisher with 3 on the shot clock. So Derek Fisher showing some signs. 4 for 9, 9 points, 69-58 Sacramento.
Come back to Weber. Get in the post. Your jump hook is happening today. That's going to get the Lakers back on their heels.
Weber had it knocked away by Fisher. Bibby is back. 2 on 1. Fisher takes all the way. Tipped home. Bryant and Fox will take care. We'll see who receives credit. But of most significance for the Lakers, it's down to a 9-point lead. Kobe Bryant got credit for the tips. Bibby being trapped. Türkoğlu. That's the third block shot for Shaquille O'Neal.
Lakers are playing ball right now. They've found their game again. On this penetration, you got to be able to lay this off to Vlade or Weber. Shaq is going to keep that ball out of there.
Divac. Christie is on it.
Now, they're in a stretch where they're going to have to weather a storm as that ball bounced off of Horry and into the stands, and the Kings will get it back. And so the Kings are just going to have to realize the Lakers are coming at them with everything right now to get back to ball movement, player movement. Don't try to dribble the ball too much because the Lakers are now stopping the ball.
For the Kings, this is beginning to take on the look of what took place in the fourth quarter on Friday night, in particular with the Lakers going to the pressure defensively. Weber, nice pass, Divac on the follow.
That's what MVPs do. That's what Chris Webber is paid to be their main man. Draw the 2 guys and then lay it off when that defense comes and collapses on you.
7.5 remaining in the third. Shot clock to 9. O'Neal. Rebounded by Weber.
The Kings have to realize they've got the lead, and all they have to do is continue to move the ball, stay on the attack. Going to get a foul on shot.
It's a headlock foul on the part of Shaquille O'Neal, his 4th personal.
Weber in the low post, draws the double team. Shaq has to come and block. Robert Horry, normally an expert low post defender, unable to slow down Chris Webber down deep. Shaq just comes in and neck tackles Mike Bibby. That has to be a foul.
But you see him get by Kobe. Horry comes, Shaq comes. They know that they got to corral Mike Bibby if they want to corral this attack.
Dan Crawford with the call away from the ball. It's on Fox. That's his 3rd. For the Lakers, it is their 3rd team foul. The Kings with only 1. Let's go over to Jim Gray. Jim?
Marv, I spoke to Kobe Bryant at halftime. I asked him if he had his legs and the necessary energy to finish this game due to the food poisoning earlier in the week. Told me before the game he'd lost quite a bit of weight. He said, I don't have all of my legs. I don't have my lift. I don't think I have my endurance. I've been much better than I have been throughout the season in this game. He says, I hope I'll be okay by the end of the game. Marv?
Well, we felt that particularly in the first quarter. Then he came on in the second. Nice save on O'Neal, and the Kings up by 9. So Kobe trying to hang in and play through it. The costly bacon cheeseburger inflation cheesecake in Sacramento earlier in the week. Christie for 3. And it's kicked out of bounds. Last touch by the Lakers.
Christie is determined to shoot every time. He hasn't been making them here. He made 1 in the 3rd early. Phil Jackson trying to set the defense here, but that concept of back cutting and attacking every time will serve the Kings well.
That is number 4 on Bryant. Beautiful cut to the basket by Bibby. He will shoot 2.
Yeah, you know, and Bibby is again showing that, okay, you stop me from dribbling the ball, I'll cut away from it, waited for the contact. And I guess he can go back to his contact with John Stockton and say, you know, I learned a lot about when to go up with the shot and how to draw a foul from John Stockton.
What's so great about this guy is he's like Stockton, Steve. His face is a mask. You have no idea what's going on there. With Magic, with Isaiah, you could always see it in their eyes, in their smile, in their face, that passionate play. With Bibby, he is just an assassin exactly like John Stockton.
Can't make a free throw, and that's what he's got to do.
Struggling at the foul line. Kings up by 10. 6:15 remaining in this third quarter. Horry is hit on the move. That's 3 on rubber.
Every one of Chris Webber's fouls today have been careless. Lack of preparation defensively. Grabbing guys on the perimeter who got a step on him because he didn't set himself before his man received the ball, or grabbing Shaq on the shoulder, trying to stop Shaq from getting an offensive rebound.
Fisher shoots the 3. Kept alive by Horry. They try to tie him up. So the Sacramento lead is down to 8. Just under 6 remaining in the third. The backdoor pass anticipated by Horry. Here comes Horry. And it's being waved off. Offensive foul on Robert Horry. So the basket will not count.
Horry on the drive, and Vlade this time was inside. Remember in Sacramento when he was outside the line, the call went to Robert Horry. Hey, Vlade, play enough games, it all evens out.
And you see the pressure defense once again being shown by the Lakers.
But Vlade is the guy to break this press. He can handle the ball.
Christie set flying, and a foul against the Lakers. It's on Fox. It's number 4 on Fox.
This might be a good time for Adelman to think early about Bobby Jackson. You know, Jackson had a nightmare first half, but he's the kind of player psychologically who can come in here and fight off this crowd, put them back in their seats.
Lakers now over the foul limit. Doug Christie to the line for the first time. Piece now on O'Neal, Bryant, and Fox. Well, from the producers of Fear Factor, it's Dog Eat Dog, premiering tomorrow, June 17th. I should say Monday, June 17th, on NBC.
You know, King's gotten a penalty, but they've got to make the free throw as Christie reaches in, and that's going to hurt them. If they can't knock down those free throw opportunities, you're going to see the Laker momentum continue to charge at them because they're now not getting the free, easy scores.
Foul on Christie, that's his 4th. 5:23 remaining in the third. And the Kings up 73-64.
Crime can be predicted.
What's coming?
Double homicide.
Somewhere en route.
The guilty arrested before the law is broken.
I'm placing you under arrest for the future murder of Sarah Marks.
The system was never wrong.
Tell me exactly what it is you're looking for.
Until it came after him.
You don't have to run. You don't have to chase me.
From Steven Spielberg.
He set me up!
Tom Cruise. Minority Report.
You're in a lot of trouble, John. There is no question.
Rated PG-13. June 21st, only in theaters.
Dude, that grilled stuffed burrito is huge.
It's big. It's beefy. It's the grilled stuffed burrito from Taco Bell. Seasoned beef, 3 melted cheeses, sealed inside a grilled tortilla. The heaviest meal on wheels is just $1.99.
You ready for yours?
Oh, yeah. For the affordable, heavy-duty portable, think outside the bun. Open late.
The all-new Civic SI from Honda. It figures.
2 points is 2 points. Don't be a show. I don't care if you slam dunk. I don't care if you shoot a layup. 2 points is 2 points. All you have to do is take a short shot, box out, rebound. You ain't got to dunk on everybody.
Forget about the theatrics.
All you get for that is two. You ain't scored 2 points your whole life. Who you gonna listen to? How about yourself? Obey your thirst. Sprite.
Hey, yo, Kobe, you think you getting some tickets? Courtside? Yeah.
Come on.
Cheryl Swoops returns when the Comets face Lisa Leslie and the defending champion Sparks in a matchup of arch rivals. The WNBA on NBC tomorrow, 3 Eastern.
Jennifer Capriati. At last year's French Open, her stunning comeback continued as she won her second straight Grand Slam. Will she be the toast of Paris again? The French Open next Saturday, 3 Eastern.
In recent games in the playoffs, the Lakers have fared very poorly in the third quarter. That was certainly the case here, Game 3 on Friday night.
Not so today. They have already scored more points in the third than they did in the entire third quarter in Game 3. They've already made more baskets, and they've skewed the three-point shot. Listening to Phil Jackson say, take it inside. They're not turning the ball over. It is happening for Los Angeles again, and the response has got to come from Sacramento if they want to hold on, and they got to start thinking about putting more points on the board. How long ago was it we said that Sacramento was on a 70-point pace for the first half, and now we're already halfway through the third, and they're just over 70, Steve.
That was at the end of the first quarter, Bill.
Sacramento up by 9, 5:20 remaining in the third. Bryant putting the move on Türkoğlu, trying to draw the foul. Crowd feeling he was fouled.
Now, the key for the Lakers is going to be their ability to continue to contain Mike Bibby. Bibby starts to shake loose, starts making shots again. The score is going to go up for the Kings.
And Bibby gets the shot. Rebounded by O'Neal. That's 10 rebounds for Shaq. The Lakers trying to tie the series at 2. Sacramento looking to go up 3-1. Game 5 at Arco Arena on Tuesday night right here on NBC.
Now Shaq is asking for it.
Bryant, but the shot clock running down. O'Neal on the rebound. O'Neal. Divac trying to foul. Both Divac and Weber hit the deck. Divac to the discussion of the official. Ken Mauer could not believe that it was not a charging foul on O'Neal. It's down to a 7-point Sacramento lead. Weber back in. Draws the triple team. Here's Jackson, the 3. Air ball brought up by Bobby Jackson.
Bibby should have shot. Jackson, his offensive game is not there.
Bryant putting the move on Bibby. Rebounded by Divac. Bryant was looking for a foul. Nice pass. Not able to handle it. And the ball back to Los Angeles.
All of the breaks that the Kings were able to get and make in the first half, they are not now. This is a 3-on-1 break, and Fisher makes a great save. So the Laker defense is starting to believe that they can contain the passing of the ball movement of the Kings.
It's too casual for Sacramento.
Bryant draws the double. Fisher for 3.
You better get new instructions again.
Jackson lost it. Fisher again. Not able to hit from downtown. Good play by Fox to back tap. Here's Bryant. Weber came over to help, but Kobe Bryant has walked the Lakers within 5, and a technical foul has been called on Sacramento. It's on Divac.
The Kings are back on their heels. This is where they need the competitive response from Chris Weber. This is where he's got to pull the guys together. They're losing their composure out here, the Kings, and Weber's got to call for that ball and deliver.
Kobe Bryant has been off from the line throughout the postseason.
Now Kobe is just going to bury his way in and elevate, get that shot away. But the Jackson edict was get the twos, and then the technical foul by Vlade Divac in a very tough third quarter for them.
It's a good no call on Kobe Bryant's attack and initiation of the offense. Sacramento kind of has to stop looking at the referees and start playing some offensive basketball.
Brian Shaw has come on to provide a rest for Kobe Bryant, and Chris Weber with a strong drive. He now has 16, so the Kings lead 75-68. Kings have led by as many as 24, led by 20 after 1. O'Neal to the drop step.
And they knew that the Lakers were going to make a run. So now they've just got to toughen up right now in the final 2:30, see if they can get their lead back to double figures.
Türkoğlu on the pull-up. Türkoğlu has had another outstanding game. 14 points, 10 rebounds.
And the difference between Türkoğlu and Stojakovic is that Türkoğlu likes contact, likes the rest of the game. Shaq overpowering inside.
Brian Shaw able to get the ball to Shaquille O'Neal, who was very deep, and at that point on the floor, unstoppable.
Phil Jackson has come early with Brian Shaw, knowing the desperate nature of this situation here. And Bibby and the Kings are no longer running the ball up the court. They're having to walk it up, being turned in the backcourt, and that is not a good sign for Sacramento's attack.
Brian Shaw played very well Friday night in Game 3. In particular, in that fourth quarter drive. Here's Divac. O'Neal not able to get back.
All they have to do is make the adjustment to what they're doing to Mike Bibby. That time they did, and Vlade gets it easy too. So there are still places for them to get scores if they'll make that pass and don't stand around.
9-point Sacramento lead. Shaw had it knocked away. Shaw looking for a foul. Minute and a half remaining in the third, and the Kings in possession have a 9-point lead. Türkoğlu.
He wants this.
Weber with the shot. Nice box out by O'Neal.
Weber had made two terrific plays with the dunk and then the great rebound on defense. That's okay. He needs the ball in his hands because this franchise, that's their guy.
Horry to the reverse. And he is fouled.
And if you're looking from the Kings' perspective, you got to remember, everything that the Lakers do has to be perfect. They're the ones that have to catch up. Weber picks up his fourth personal foul, and they're going to have to make an adjustment there. This is going to be a brutal fourth quarter in terms of attrition for key players.
Sabaki Walker comes on. Shaquille O'Neal sits down, one of those unusual scenarios for Phil Jackson. He has both Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal on the bench, but for a short time, only 1 minute left in the third.
But that last play between Shaq and Horry was a good sign because there's been some friction between these two guys in the third quarter here. Robert Horry not happy with the way Shaq is coming to the ball. Shaq not pleased with the way that Horry is delivering it to him. And so that little interchange there brought back some of the team chemistry that the Lakers are going to need to get back into this game and this series.
So Weber takes a seat, departing with the fourth foul. Horry is 78% free throw shooting. Sacramento up by 8. Final minute of play in the third.
And Bibby has only scored one point here in the third quarter, so they've done a good job of making the Kings go someplace else for points.
They have to get to the hoop here.
That's foul. Samaki Walker very aggressive in going up against Vlade Divac. Picks up the foul with the Lakers over the limit. Divac will go to the line where he's hit 7 of 8.
Identifying where the mismatch is. The Kings have really grown in this area. Come back, force it through Vlade until Shaq comes back into the game.
Well, coming to NBC in 2 weeks, the final leg of the Visa Triple Crown, the Belmont Stakes. Last weekend, Bob Baffert's war emblem proved that a Derby win was no fluke as he rocked his way to victory in the Preakness. And now War Emblem 1 win away from completing the first Triple Crown in almost a quarter of a century. The Belmont Stakes coming to NBC in 2 weeks. That'll be Saturday, June 8th.
Now, this group that the Lakers have out there, they have to run the offense to get scores. Otherwise, they're going to be in trouble. Bibby.
What a crossover.
Now Bibby lost it.
He's being hammered, manhandled by Fisher and getting no call coming across the arm.
So the Lakers can hold for final shot of this third quarter. And now a foul is called. So Sacramento over the limit. Lawrence Funderburk, who had just checked in, is called for the foul, and you wonder, why would you commit a foul in this situation?
What is he thinking? Every possession so critical, the season on the line, the chance to move forward for the first time as the Sacramento Kings to the championship, and you're coming up ripping him like that.
That was incidental. I mean, if you're going to call that, you got to call Derek Fisher jumping on Mike Bibby's back.
The guy's running away from the hoop like Horry was to the dead corner. Let him go.
Lawrence Funderburk playing in his fourth game of the postseason. Rick Adelman shorthanded with Peja Stojakovic still sidelined with the sprained ankle. Now Derek Fisher and Lindsey Hunter in the backcourt. Brian Shaw sits down. Down to 15 seconds remaining in the third. They're chanting Horry as he looks to cut it to a 7-point Sacramento lead. So now the Kings will look to hold for a final shot of the quarter. Jackson, played by Fisher. We're down to 5 seconds. Using the pick for Divac. Jackson for 3. Bobby Jackson continues to struggle, just 1 of 10 from the field. So the Lakers able to turn things here in the third, down by as many as 24 in the first half. They are now within 7. We'll be back after these words from your local station. You're watching the NBA playoffs on NBC.
The National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other dissemination or use of this telecast, or of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Well, it appears to be an inopportune foul committed by Lawrence Funderburk. 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter, but the call was made by Dan Crawford, and then he explained the call to Sacramento head coach Rick Adelman.
Let me tell you something. Guy's running down the court to get to his spot. He bumps him, okay? And he can get to his spot without that bump, but once he bumps him and knocks him out, you got to call it.
You think he hit him that hard?
But the point is, Rick, did he hit him? And that's what I asked him. Now, he hit him, you know, and you got to give him the call. Let him run like that and get bumped, he'll get the call. You run like that and you get bumped, how could I not give it to you?
Well, I understand that, but Mike Bibby is going to get run right into, get knocked over. And this is what Adelman is saying. You're letting my guy get destroyed. They're playing football out there against number 10, and he's not getting a call.
Forget the refs and play ball. 12 minutes in the season for the Lakers.
Lakers outscored the Kings 22-15 in the third quarter. Fourth quarter underway. Here's Devin George. 7-point lead for Sacramento.
Now, the Kings got to get back to moving the ball quicker. They're holding it longer than they held it in that good first half of play, and that's allowing the Laker defense to react better.
Divac drawing the double, finds Türkoğlu, and the rebound snatched by Oro, swinging the elbow to the face of Bobby Jackson. Bryant now being played by Jackson.
I think from the body language of the Lakers, they think they have a chance now. Now they're going to try to ride Shaq and Kobe down the stretch, and it's up to the Kings to really put some more doubt in their mind that they can find an answer to win the game.
How long does Adelman leave Weber on the bench?
Here's Bibby for Divac. And last touch. Let's say last touch by the Lakers.
Maybe Bibby should have put that one up. It was a great play as he lays this off to Vlade Divac. Oh,
that's a foul. I'm sorry. If you don't call that foul, why have a rule book?
Well, I'm glad to see that there are some fouls out here, Bill.
Here's Divac with a rare perimeter shot. Vlade Divac has 18 points. He's 5 for 8 from the field. He's opened up an 82-73 lead. O'Neal making his way inside, and he is fouled. And Shaq, as always at the offensive end, has to be careful not to pick up an offensive foul. He's playing with 4. Divac collects his third.
But terrific footwork by Shaq, stepping up the lane. Then you see him go around. If Shaq gets in trouble, he keeps his feet inside of the defensive stance of his opponent. That time, Vlade Divac, outstanding execution of the up and under move.
Now Shaq is 4 of 8 at the line. He's 61% from the foul line in the postseason, which is a slight improvement from the way he shot during the regular season. Well, Shaquille O'Neal connects on both free throws. The Kings now lead by 7. Now Bryant back defending on Jackson. Hunter going against Bibby. Divac, beautifully done.
Vlade is showing how to play against a guy who's bigger, stronger, can jump higher, and has the bigger muscles. This is a thing of beauty out here.
Well, Shaq came over to double team on that play, and he still squeezed it off.
Hunter with his second field goal, 84-77. Sacramento. 2 minutes gone by on the 4. Oh, beautiful pass. Jackson from Bibby.
Bill Jackson beside himself. Nobody can keep Mike Bibby in front. Looked as if they had him under control, and the Kings not running much, but Bibby able to make it happen.
Nice pass from O'Neal. George. And a beautiful back pass from Horry.
Well, what these teams are finding out, at least the Lakers, is that in a game that you're going to win, you have to score more 2s than 3s.
Last touch by the Lakers. Bobby Jackson out of control. Very fortunate that it was deflected out by the Lakers.
Beautiful backdoor cut by Lindsey Hunter, who just lays it off. And for the first time in this series, Mark, we have both teams playing well at the same time.
Substitutions for Sacramento. Doug Christie has come on along with Chris Webber, Scott Pollard. Bibby for 3. Rebounded by O'Neal.
Shaq is using all of that size and really taking up a lot of space this afternoon.
Bryant off the screen. Saved by Webber, but ends up in the hands of George. He's fouled by Jackson. Second team foul committed by the Kings.
The loose balls are going to the Lakers right now. They're the ones who are anticipating the action ahead of the Sacramento Kings, who seem to be trying to hold off and playing not to lose rather than playing aggressively to win.
O'Neal over Pollard. Rebound George, who has done a terrific job in the second half. Here's Hunter for 3. And Jackson comes away with it, and the Lakers continue to struggle from downtown. 3 for 21 from three-point land. Phil Jackson was able to kind of cool it down in the second half after the 3 for 15 in the first half. Jackson off the lead. Jackson. Looks like O'Neal got a piece of it. Here comes Bryant. Kings get back. Horry hesitated to shoot for 3. George is on it. Once again, the Lakers on another loose ball. No foul call. You can hear the reaction from the crowd. Here's Bryant. And the Lakers still in possession. They have a new shot clock. Hunter for 3. Horry on the loose ball. What a sequence for the Lakers.
Will somebody for Sacramento please get a rebound?
That is number 5 on Chris Webber.
Well, that was a monumental missed chance as the Lakers dropped a couple from outside, but on long rebounds, they were pushed inside, so they couldn't get the rebound. Anytime that ball is coming up deep, that's when the Lakers are caving in. The rebounders for Sacramento.
The Nets, the Celtics. Crucial Game 4 tomorrow, 5 Eastern.
Welcome back to
NBA on NBC is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Cold down easy. By the Flame Broiled Whopper from Burger King, America's favorite burger. At BK, you got it. By the new movie Undercover Brother in theaters May 31st. And by NikeBasketball.com. Just a moment ago, after a flurry, the Lakers were able to keep the ball alive. They've been on every loose basketball. There was a foul call. Originally, it was called on Chris Webber. They've made a change. It is Mike Bibby who picks up his second. So Webber still has 4. Bibby with his second. Divac has 3. Christie has 4. For the Lakers, 4 apiece on Fox, O'Neal, and Bryant. And what is going on from three-point land for the Los Angeles Lakers?
And Shaq is saying, I'm doing my job, and what is going on from three-point land? Nobody able to make a shot. Derek Fisher 1 for 7. Lindsey Hunter 1 for 6. But the Lakers have been able to get back in because they're playing a disciplined game combined with a sense of desperation, realizing that there's no time to lose whatsoever. Phil Jackson, his poise, his composure, his quiet leadership by example has breathed some life back into this seemingly dead squad. And now the Lakers right there. What will be the response from Sacramento?
It is down to a 6-point Sacramento lead. Robert Horry has been instrumental in this comeback. 9 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists for Horry. It's a 5-point game with lots of time remaining. 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the fourth.
I think the guy that has to be aggressive offensively is Bibby. And now you see their cuts are coming. They're not cutting to the basket. The ball's going inside, but people are standing. Webber, big hoop.
18 for Chris Webber. 88-81 Sacramento. Here's Bryant drawing the double. Lindsey Hunter is open. Passed on the 3 this time. And comes up short on the 2-point attempt.
And he aimed that shot. You know, he wanted to, he was free about thinking about the 3, and then he said, Coach said 2, and he aimed the shot.
Türkoğlu with no hesitation.
Why is Ronnie Divac on the bench? What did he do wrong?
Well, they're giving him a breather. You know they got the stretch run to make here, and they want to have Lottie out on the floor to try to finish this game off. Pollard usually comes in to give Shaq a different look.
Horry for 3. To bring the Lakers within 4. Webber. Well, Chris Webber hit that critical jump shot in the fourth quarter on Friday night to stop the 14-0 run by the Lakers. That could be a big one right there. Bryant to the crossover. Here is Kobe. 90-86 Sacramento.
Sacramento's not going to win this game unless somebody gets into a rebounding zone. Webber and Türkoğlu are the prime candidates here.
Türkoğlu got the step. Beautiful move by Hedo Türkoğlu, who has 16 points, and that leads to a Laker timeout. Phil Jackson upset.
And he's barking at Kobe saying that's not our defensive strategy, and Kobe's response is, nobody's talking to me. I'm out there on the perimeter. Chris Webber, who has responded magnificently. All the pressure plays he has delivered, and then Kobe Bryant on the defensive end.
Well, Kobe at the offensive end, and you'll see Kobe, and it looks as though he's the kind of player that just can continue to extend, glides up and drops that one down, and Kobe steps up. He opened up the baseline, and that is why Jackson is high. Don't give the baseline away.
The legend was born in 1965 in the storied swamp of Florida, and as befits a legend, it began with a searing question.
Coach asked why we didn't go during the game.
The players weren't adequately hydrated, and their performance suffered.
As the Gators marched through the season, they drank a carbohydrate electrolyte beverage created by University of Florida doctors.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
In conditions that would make a salamander sweat, the Gators thrive.
Those boys drank that stuff, and they became a second-half team. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
In 1967, when the Gators won their first Orange Bowl, Gatorade had arrived.
Today, Gatorade is the most researched sports drink in the world.
And it continues to fuel champions wherever they're found. Humbly born on the hard-scrabbled gridirons of Florida, proven by generations of athletes. And just as the games never end, so the legend continues.
That can jam over any man. Can you dig it? Who's the cat that wants sourdough, bacon, and all that? I'm talking about Shack Pack. The new Shack Pack. Grilled sourdough bacon cheeseburger, crispy fries with free warm cheddar cheese dipping sauce, and a Coca-Cola classic. You gotta have a Shack Pack, baby.
Wherever you choose to travel in the totally new 2003 Ford Expedition, and no matter how unfriendly the traffic gets, you will be surrounded by the protection of dual front airbags, plus the only safety canopy system available in a full-size SUV. The totally new 2003 Ford Expedition, because safety should have no boundaries.
NBC this summer's new and different. Spy TV's back every Tuesday. You've never seen hidden cameras do this, like our valet Parker. And see you later, Mom.
My son's in that potty.
And these ladies show up to fix your car.
Do you have a jack?
Spy TV, NBC Tuesdays this summer at 8/7 Central.
Ahmad Rashad in New York with a reminder about the upcoming playoff schedule. Tomorrow on Memorial Day, we will bring you Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Nets and the Celtics, the special time of 5 o'clock Eastern. On Tuesday night, the West Finals resume in prime time at 9 o'clock Eastern with Game 5 from Sacramento. Now back to Marv, Bill, and Snapper.
Thanks about a moment ago, Phil Jackson took a timeout and was very upset, Steve, about this play.
And he was upset because of what Bryant is going to do and what the Laker defense is. It should be driving them this way. Kobe Bryant is going to allow Türkoğlu to go away from the defense, and that's what gets him upset. But Kobe was guilty of not moving his feet, and then he is saying, I don't know where my guy is. You're better than that, Kobe. You're better than that.
It's the responsibility of the anchor on defense, the guy guarding the screener at the elbow, and Shaq on the weak side to communicate where the help is coming from. A breakdown that time for Los Angeles.
The Lakers down by only 6 after trailing by as many as 24 with 5.5 remaining in the fourth. Shot clock to 6. Devin George involved in miscommunication with his teammates and threw it away, so the ball goes back to Sacramento.
Vlade Divac sitting a long time here.
I still think the Kings need to hear from this guy, number 10 at the offensive end. He's only scored 1 point after dropping 18 in that first half.
Weber played by Horry. Now Christie posting. Offensive foul. That is number 5 on Doug Christie, and now Vlade Divac getting set to check back in.
Well, Derek Fisher is one of the great all-time floppers, and he does a great job of drawing the foul on this one, and it goes against Christie and the Kings, but the ball is stopping. Remember how quickly the ball was moving? The Lakers are just chasing in the first 24 minutes. Now they've contained the Kings.
If you're the Lakers, come right away to Shaq. Vlade's been sitting for a long time. He's stiff. Get the ball against Vlade and try to pick up that next foul.
O'Neal trying to get position. Horry hit a 3 a moment ago. Able to get it to Shaq. He thought he was fouled. Instead, the Kings come up with the ball.
I know the Kings are saying we got to get a break at some point. All our guys are getting nicked up with fouls.
Oh, Fisher cutting off the baseline on Bibby. Still gets the shot off and hits. A quick release by Mike Bibby, who now has 21 on 9 of 14 from the field. And the Kings back to an 8-point lead. Bryant, Bibby on the loose ball. Bryant takes it back. Trying to get it to O'Neal. And it will be Sacramento back in possession.
Sacramento so careless with the ball when they finally do dig it out on the defensive end.
Well, Bryant had fallen on Bibby's leg, so he couldn't get away. He was trying to dribble out of it, and Kobe turned around and got the steal and saw Shaq and just couldn't get him the ball.
Now Kobe's up on Bibby. Give the ball to Vlade. There's going to be no pressure on Vlade to bring it up.
Kobe Bryant playing with the 4 fouls, as is Shaquille O'Neal, as is Chris Webber. We come up on 4 minutes remaining on the 4th, and a foul is called on George.
Bibby is doing everything that he can to help his team get game 3 here. He's going to come up and get this ball from the rear and make the block. Makes a clean block, surprise him, and now Derek Fisher is all over him, wearing him like a glove, but not quite tight enough.
We talked about Bibby and Stockton earlier. Bibby looks to shoot much more aggressively and earlier in the shot clock in game than Stockton ever did.
Rick Fox has come on for Devin George. Webber rebounded by O'Neal with just under 4. Remaining in the 4th, his time running out on the Lakers. If the Kings hold on, they move in front 3 games to 1. Lakers try to tie it at 2. O'Neal will head back to the line. That's team foul number 4 on the Kings, although Shaq was fouled in the act. Lakers with only 1 team foul as Vlade Divac commits his 4th.
Well, they're going bread and butter time. Kobe and Shaq coming down the stretch. Shaq gets himself set. Webber's coming over. They're all trying to make Shaq have to make the shot, and if not, get to the line.
O'Neal 5 for 9 from the line. He did hit his last 2.
For the Lakers on the offensive set, it's not an easy post-entry rhythm for them right now. Kobe's having to come to a dead stop and then lob it in there. Where's the play where they flow up his one and then zip it in and guys moving off him?
Once again, Shaq gets both. So the Kings lead by 6. 3:35 to go in the 4th. Game 4 of the Western Conference Final Series. Horry nearly picked it off. Shot clock down to 5.
See how the Kings are standing now, and that hurts them.
Webber for 3. Divac very quick to the ball. Beat O'Neal.
Now, Vlade is saying, no, calm down. Let me handle it. Let's see what he's going to try to come up with. 17 on the clock. Looks like he wants to go one-on-one against Shaq.
Sacramento standing up.
Oh, Bryant knocks it away and carries out of bounds. It's called Laker ball.
All the breaks going toward the Lakers, but Vlade should have given that ball up. You make a decision within 1, 2, 3 and go with it, and they're standing around, and that's allowing the Lakers to reach and get control of the ball.
Just under 3 remaining on the 4th. Lakers down by 6. Bryant on a pull-up. Yes. It's a 4-point game. This is the closest the Lakers have been since the opening minutes.
Time for another response from Chris Webber. Make something happen. You're the man.
Well, Horry digging in on Webber. Shot clock to 5. Webber goes behind the back to Bibby, gets it off. Air ball handled by O'Neal. 2:20 to go in the 4th. Lakers down by only 4. O'Neal over Divac. Did not have the good look.
Sacramento desperately needs a good offensive set here. Everything is going against them. They're going to take a timeout and regroup here.
2 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. It's a 4-point game. Sacramento just trying to hold on after leading by as many as 24.
Well, you talked about the stars making the plays, and the Lakers know they have 2 dominant players. Kobe and Shaq are either going to do it or they're going to be down 3-1.
Kobe Bryant with 4 points thus far in the 4th quarter, but over the playoff run, he has been Mr. Clutch when it comes to the 4th quarter, and hoping to pull off a Paul Pierce here with 2:02 remaining in the 4th. See what Kobe has done through this playoff run. Averaging negotiate over 8 points in the fourth quarter.
A player who lives for these moments, competitive greatness. Lakers desperately need everything right now. The Sacramento Kings have not lost a road playoff game this year. Their offense, though, has disappeared. Only 14 fourth-quarter points to go on top of 15 in the third.
Yes, they're 5-0 on the road in the playoffs. They've won 17 of the last 19 on the road overall, which is just phenomenal. Türkoğlu over Bryant. A huge shot by Türkoğlu. And the Kings now lead 96-90.
And it came through Chris Webber. Send him down low. Force the double team. That's going to give you wide open spot-up shots.
A minute 40 remaining in the fourth. Horry for three. Continues to hit the clutch shot from downtown. It's a three-point game with a minute and a half remaining in the fourth.
Now the Kings got to get back to passing that ball. Don't let the Lakers defense catch up with you, grab you, and hold you. And when you make a decision, go strong to the hoop. Webber again.
Now to 4 on the shot clock. Divac. So Sacramento with first Türkoğlu and then Divac. And the Kings now lead 98-93. Robert Horry has scored 8 points in this fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Coming up on a minute remaining in the fourth. Bryant on a crosser. 98-95. The Kings by 3. Just under 1 minute remaining in the fourth. Now the Lakers do have fouls to give. Sacramento with 14 fouls. The Kings looking to go up 3 games to 1. Lakers trying to tie the series at 2. Christie for 3. Rebounded by O'Neal. And the Lakers very much alive with 35 seconds remaining in the fourth, down by 3. They do not need a 3 at this point. O'Neal held by Divac. And that puts the Kings over the limit, so Shaq will shoot 2, and Divac picks up number 5.
Good job by Vlade Divac there. Make him get it at the line here. Robert Horry, the beautiful ball movement. How many times have we seen these daggers just take the life out of the opponent? He looks and talks some trash to the bench. Kobe Bryant with a literally impossible shot. I mean, who has ever made a shot like that?
Shaq is 5 for 6 at the line in the second half. And overall, he is now 8 for 12, so he's hitting the free throws down the stretch.
If Shaq makes this free throw and they're down 1, I think that the Lakers need to foul. I don't think there's enough differential on the time clock here.
Derek Fisher sits down. Lindsey Hunter checks in. We have 26 and 9/10 of a second remaining in the fourth quarter.
If you're the Kings, you want to get to the other floor before the Laker defense can set up.
So Shaq continues to hit his free throws. It's down to 1-point lead. Christie, bothered by Bryant. And a foul. They had a foul to give. So that's number 5.
2-second differential between game and clock. 22.2 left in the game and 20 seconds left on the shot clock. If you're the Kings, you get that ball in and you use every single second on your shot clock before you put the ball in the air.
Shaquille O'Neal has hit his last 6 free throws to cut it to a 1-point lead. And they'll try to use this clock.
I think the Lakers have to foul here.
And they do. Won't count. Rick Fox called for the foul.
The Kings had the right strategy. Make them come to you. Otherwise, they don't have enough time to set up a play.
And it puts the Lakers over the limit. Vlade Divac is 8 of 10 from the line. We're down to 11 seconds remaining in the fourth. Divac during the season only a 62% free throw shooter. 1:20 remaining. Into the Kings. Divac hits 1 of 2, and the Lakers call for time. 11 and 8/10 seconds to go. Lakers have come back from 24. The Kings try to hold on. They're up by 2.
Introducing the totally new 2000.
Led by their 2 young superstars, the Boston Celtics play with style and flair. Now, this team hopes to seize what the old Celtics once owned, the NBA championship. The Celtics versus the Nets, tomorrow on NBC.
Yesterday in Boston, the Celtics pulled off the greatest fourth-quarter comeback in NBA playoff history. Well, today, the Lakers, after trailing by as many as 20 after 1, are trying to pull off the greatest comeback in playoff history in terms of making it back from a 20-point deficit in the first quarter, looking to equal the record as the Lakers did it at Seattle back in '89. It's a 2-point Sacramento lead. We're down to 7 seconds. Bryant putting a move on Christie. Rebound O'Neal. Coming up short. Horry for the win. Some good fortune at the end of the half on a three-pointer that was called good, taken by Samaki Walker, and Robert Horry is able to pull it out by hitting from straight away, and this series is now tied at 2. Let's check the clock on this one.
Sacramento needed defense on Kobe and 1 rebound. They got neither. The ball poked out there. Vlade does a good job. Nobody at the line. The shot, 3-point good. Bedlam pandemonium has broken out here at Staples.
And there's no question, Steve, he got it off on time.
No, it was a good shot, and they did everything they could. The Lakers tried to get the 2 to tie it and couldn't. Body slapped it out, and Horry, as he has done so many times, with the big shot, and this crowd is wilder than they've ever been because they did not want to see 3-1.
This, the Lakers' first lead since the opening minutes when it was 2-0. Lakers, they'll score the first basket, and they score the last basket of the night. A heartbreaking defeat for the Sacramento Kings as this series shifts back to Arco Arena for game number 5 on Tuesday night.
Chanting your name, Robert.
It's a great feeling. You know, first of all, I got to thank the Lord for putting me in a position like that. But, you know, the fans are great. They didn't leave. You know, they stayed behind us. It was all about the fans keeping us in there and believing in us.
How many times can you do this? You've gone beyond incredible with this type of a shot at the end of a game.
I don't know. You know, I just go out there and just play. I was telling Chris Webber that I I just play the game. Whatever happens, happens. You know, you just got to go out there and play the game as hard as possible. You keep playing hard, you don't know where the bounce is going to go. And then Shaq tipped it out, and they got the right bounce at the right time.
When the ball went in and Kobe missed the shot, Shaq tipped it out. Did you look at the clock or did you just shoot?
I didn't even look at the clock. I figured if I can get my rhythm and shoot it, you know, it was going to be all right. I didn't even worry about that, because if you worry about that, you're going to either rush the shot and throw your shot off. So I just took my time and got it under control and knocked it down.
Robert, the team was down 24 points. Did you have the feeling, and did your teammates have the feeling, that the championship reign may be on its way over?
No, you know, me personally, I've been down 3-1 to Phoenix. I never even worried about it. You know, you just stay calm and take it one possession at a time. You don't have to worry about anything. That's the thing about that. When you champions, you know. You take it one step at a time, and you go out there and do what you need to do to get the job done.
Do you ever feel any pressure in these situations? You've hit 2 big three-pointers right there with the game on the line.
Me, no, I don't, because I've been through worse in my life. You know, with a sick daughter, you know, nothing like this can really pressure me, so I just go out and play the game.
It's been a very difficult series for you guys. Nothing has come easy. What makes you think now you can go up to Sacramento and win one of these last 2?
You know, with a game like this, coming back from 24 down, you know, that's a lot of confidence. You know, even though we do have confidence, that's a momentum builder. Hopefully we can go out there and jump on them early, because in last two games, they've been jumping on us early, so we need to get in there and get at them.
You were in that huddle. Kobe hugged you, Shaq hugged you, all your teammates. What did they say? Could you hear it?
They were saying you did it again, you know, so I'm just happy that they were believing in me and to go out there and do this thing.
Robert, congratulations.
Thanks.
Unbelievable. Don't know how many times we're going to say that, but we're saying it again, Marv.
All right, Jim. Robert Horry, one of the stars of Houston's back-to-back championships, continues his heroics as a member of the Lakers. Remember the game-winning shot against Portland earlier in the playoffs to take that series, and he does it here today with a three-pointer. However, remember at the end of the first half, guys, Marky Walker firing a 3 with time running down, and you'll see the clock and the light on the backboard, and it appeared that it was late, but it did count.
Shouldn't have come down to that for Sacramento. They stopped playing. They never got to 100 points. They were on such a ferocious pace. But this play at the end, everybody was involved. They came out, executed out of the timeout. The Lakers did. Shaq handled it. Kobe handled it. Finally came to Horry. The inability to get that one rebound cost Sacramento once again.
But Vladdy does the right thing. Everybody's thinking Shaq tipped this ball out, but that ball was tipped out by Vladdy trying to knock it away from an overpowering Laker rebounding team.
And he's got to have his guards cutting that foul line to make it happen.
You see,
not to be for Sacramento.
He volleyballed that thing out as far as he could, and he's thinking time will take care of it, and no king steps in, and Robert Horry steps up.
Well, it sets things up for Game 5 in Sacramento Tuesday night, starting at 9 o'clock Eastern Time right here on NBC. Shaquille O'Neal, 27 points, 18 rebounds. How about his free throw shooting down the stretch as he hits 6 straight? Tomorrow, NBC will continue its playoff coverage on Memorial Day. It's the Knicks and the Celtics in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals coverage beginning following the WNBA, 5 o'clock in the East. Coming up here on NBC, except out of the West, a special Weakest Link, followed by Law and Order, Criminal Intent, and Law and Order. For Bill Walton, Steve Snapper Jones, and Jim Gray, I'm Marv Albert. The Lakers pull it out to even the series at 2. You've been watching the NBA playoffs on NBC.
He's won it all. 4 NASCAR championships.